Here we go, vlog number 2. I'm excited. For those of you who don't know me, I am Tyler Jordan, co-founder of the Nova Haus alongside Martin Papp. And here we are, number 2. So if you've just watched the last vlog, we've just spent 3 or 4 days in Austin, Texas. We visited multiple properties, saw some incredible places. Weren't blown away really by anything, but we did find some potential. So now, if you're watching this vlog, we have just landed in Nashville. We arrived quite late, about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We actually went to pick up our rental car, and there was a 4-hour line to get our rental car. So we basically skipped that line, went to a different rental car place, cancelled our original, got a brand new black Jeep.
Black Jeep.
Which was awesome. It was a Jeep truck, so we felt like absolute ballers. So we picked up that Jeep truck, and we went on our way. Ended up heading to our place in downtown Nashville. Now there wasn't that much time left in the day, so what we did was we had recommendations from multiple locals where we went and we visited a few restaurants, a few bars. We went for a bit of a walk up and down the main street there, which is Broadway in Nashville. Now if you have not been to Nashville and you've not been to Broadway, it is a sight in and of itself. I really do highly recommend going there and just spending an hour or two just walking up and down that main strip. It truly is. It's pretty unbelievable. But yeah, that's the extent of day 1. We only had a few hours there before we went back to our room, nice and early to get rested up, because the next day we had tons and tons of properties to look at. So the first property that we looked at the next day was a place it was on 40th Avenue, which is in West Nashville, just off of Charlotte's Pike, which is where a ton of new developments going in. Now, this was a property that already has an existing building on it, as you can see here, and it's going for around $650,000. Now, it is commercially zoned. We can do whatever we want with it. With this property in particular, we would obviously be demolishing this building and building something from the ground up. What we did find with this property was that it was just off of Charlotte's Pike, which everything on Charlotte's is really the up-and-coming area. The problem is that we're probably 200 to 300 meters off of that road, where it does become a little bit residential. So the location is almost perfect, but not quite there. So we went on to look at some new properties. Next property that we looked at was also in West Nashville. It was a Quonset hut. Now it really it gave us really good inspiration of what Quonset huts can do, how cost effective they are to build, which was awesome. Although this definitely was not the property for us. It was pretty flimsy actually. This isn't for me. It's fine. What do you think?
I think the size doesn't quite fit what we want to do.
And also, it wasn't in an area or a location that we would really want. So from there, we went down to a place called Donaldson, and we actually looked at a place that was, I believe, 3.5 acres. It was right on the river, as you can see in these clips here. It was so beautiful.
Good day, sir. We're finding some properties or what?
It already had an existing structure on it. Now, the problem with this property was that it is going for $1.8 million, which is, it drastically changes the ROI for us on that property, as well as, having to be able to purchase that, would completely wipe us out. Not to mention then having to build on it. What do you think? So it is a beautiful property. It is in consideration, but we would, the numbers really do have to work out on this one. So, that was an awesome property, but we continue to look for more. Now, for the rest of that day, we went and visited multiple properties all through southwest Nashville. Now, we looked at a lot of places that were a lot more rural. We got lost trying to find numerous properties as you're probably seeing in these clips here, completely lost.
There's Tyler going pee. Nice one. Got it on camera. It looks real pretty when I film it.
And a lot of them were, you know, also super dense vegetation. You know, there was one that was really close to a highway that wasn't going to work out in terms of noise, although the property was great.
Pardon? It is a lot of noise, yeah.
You know, there's so many factors that go into these properties for us to find, you know, that property and like the one. So yeah, we kind of, you know, spent the rest of the afternoon just driving around to visiting properties. I think we visited 12 properties in total for the rest of that day. You know, and really got a good sense of the area. So once we got done with the rest of that afternoon, we went and visited one of my friends, Tia. So Tia, this is Tia here. She's an awesome girl. She's actually one of my partner Madison's best friends from growing up. But she lives in Nashville. She's a traveling nurse, and we thought what better, you know, experience to have is but to, you know, have her show us around the kind of accommodations that she lives in, because she's, you know, kind of the perfect target market of what we're going for, which is that high-end traveler who likes to stay in places, you know, for a couple of months at a time. And she lives in a building which is called a Connect building, which is very similar to what WeWork is. They've got, you know, incredible gyms. They've got, you know, apartments that you can stay in for, you know, medium-term leases. They've got events on. They've got unbelievable co-working spaces, you know, which these clips I'm showing you all around these co-working spaces. They're full of other like-minded individuals who are also using these facilities. You know, they had bands playing by the pool while we were there. Awesome locations. You know, they had the views from the rooms were unbelievable. There were so many factors here that, you know, it was perfect for us to really get an inside look at to what the companies with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars are doing in these major cities. Now, this isn't exactly what we're going for. We're going for a much more private and high-end version of these places. And then Tia took us out to a couple of local bars in a lot more of the local area of Nashville. Not on Broadway, it was actually down in Music Row. We got to sort of see the demographic of people, where people are staying, what kind of, you know, people are staying there, what kind of jobs they do. You know, we really tried to speak to as many people as we could and really, you know, get a good sense of the area and what's going on. Not to mention having a couple of drinks as well, because why not? Cheers. Last day was the most promising for us. We actually met up with a really awesome commercial real estate agent named Jacob, who's in this video right here. Jacob was an awesome guy. He took us to an off-market property, which was in Donaldson, off of Lebanon Pike. Now, it was really on the edge of Donaldson, kind of on your way out of it. So the location for us wasn't, you know, too perfect, but it was on the main road. And that main road, which is Lebanon Pike, that goes the whole way through Tennessee. So you got a ton of traffic, and the block that we would have, you know, is right on that main road.
Commercial, and then you're gonna do 2 floors, so six apartments each, or 6 condos each.
So Jacob's working with a developer on this property, and they are actually developing 12 townhomes all up that property. And then they have, you know, half of that property sectioned off to have a commercial mixed-use building and car park there. So that's what we were there looking at, and that's something that we are, you know, I'm not sure when this video is going to come out, but we are currently in negotiations for that property. Now, the price of it is, you know, astronomically high compared to, you know, for what it's worth, but it is in a really good location. We are working with some awesome people, and there's a whole lot of things that we can do with that. So I've attached the site plan here. We've tried to take out as many details as possible for legal purposes and not knowing, you know, if we can share the entire thing. But but you know, we're looking at building a 3 or 4 story building, bottom floor being a cafe, co-working space, middle 2 floors being 12 rental apartments for short to medium term use. And then the top floor being a lounge / rooftop bar type of area for our members. Martin's even started floating the idea of getting a helicopter, you know, decommissioned helicopter, and having that on top of the rooftop there, so that no matter, you know, all the traffic that's going through is just like, what is going on? That building has a helicopter on top. But yeah, no, so we're currently in negotiations for that. I've also been talking, this next vlog that comes out, you'll see I've been, you know, really working our way through calls with architects and general contractors, and talking with a lot of people, trying to get some things happening. So, and that concludes the Nashville property hunt. From there, me and Martin parted ways. Both went to the airport. We said goodbye, gave a hug. We may have had some tears shed. I'm just joking. That was only Martin. Absolutely bawled his eyes out. No, he didn't really. But no, that was it. That concludes the vlog. You're going to see in this next vlog all of the work that's going into Nashville now. We have selected the Nashville area as our location. We absolutely love the place. It is poppin', boppin'. There is tons of people there. There's a ton of people that are coming into the town as well, which is a big deal for us. You know, and there's a really incredible demographic of people there that, you know, of entrepreneurs and creatives and executives and all these incredible people that, you know, we're really looking forward to building these places for. So yeah, stay tuned for this next vlog. But yeah, awesome. Cheers for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. We do appreciate the feedback. We are just kicking this off. We're really, you know, starting to figure out how to film these, what to do, what to say. I'm still, you know, mucking around with cameras and microphones at the moment. So if anyone here is an expert or has more skills and more knowledge than me, which is very little, on vlogging and cameras and equipment, and even making these vlogs better, you know, we are really in the beginning era of this series, and we really want to make sure that this content's better to take you along for the ride. You know, we are building multi-million-dollar clubhouses around the world for entrepreneurs, creative thinkers, executives, remote workers, all these incredible people, and we want your feedback. We want you to help. We want to take you along. There's so many highs and there's so many lows, and it's such an incredible journey, and we want to be able to, you know, convey that and show you what it's like, you know, to have a startup, but not just any startup, but a startup that's, you know, developing real world assets in multiple locations, multiple countries with different, you know, languages and different permits, and just, it is unbelievable, you know, the amount of work and what goes into this. And I'm getting G'd up. I'm getting excited. I absolutely love what I do. I'm so thankful for it. So appreciate you all. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share this with somebody who you think would find some entertainment out of watching us go through these struggles. Appreciate you all. Peace.